Rawteur. Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis has been teased for decades, promised to be an epic utopian sci-fi story set in a futuristic Rome-inspired New York City. You'd think, given Coppola's legendary status with films like The Godfather and Apocalypse Now, this film would be another massive success for him. But the reality? Megalopolis is tracking for an opening weekend of just $5 to $8 million for a movie with a $120 million budget. That number is pretty terrifying, and it's hard not to wonder, is Megalopolis doomed to be a flop? Let's break it down by comparing Megalopolis' numbers to some other major releases. Take Oppenheimer, for instance, a movie with a comparable budget of $100 million. On its opening weekend, Oppenheimer pulled in $82 million domestically. For another comparison, Dune had a budget of $165 million and opened with $41 million in the US. Even if Megalopolis somehow manages to hit the high end of projections at $8 million, even $10 million, let's say, it's nowhere near where it needs to be to avoid being a massive loss. First off, no major studio would touch the project. Also, Coppola self-financed the project, even selling part of his winery to cover the $120 million production cost. That's a huge personal investment, and it shows just how much Coppola believes in this vision. But belief alone isn't enough to guarantee success, and the warning signs started early. Studios passed on distributing the film, likely because of its confusing concept and the chaotic production process. Lionsgate finally agreed to release Megalopolis, but only in exchange for a distribution fee, meaning they're not taking on the full financial risk. Instead of fully backing the film, they're simply handling its distribution to theaters in return for a cut. This kind of arrangement suggests that even Lionsgate, despite its long-standing relationship with Coppola, wasn't confident enough in the film to take a deeper financial stake. By limiting their involvement to distribution, they've minimized their exposure to potential losses if Megalopolis performs as poorly as predicted. Now, Megalopolis' trouble didn't stop there. Even the marketing campaign hit a major snag when a teaser trailer had to be pulled because of incorrect quotes from critics. It kind of went viral on Twitter. I'm not sure if you remember that. I do. The new trailer that dropped recently has stirred up conversation, but it still doesn't seem to be generating the level of buzz you'd expect for such a high budget project, and a high profile one at that. Besides the business side, Megalopolis has been described by some early viewers as incoherent. The philosophical themes Coppola tried to pack into this Roman-inspired epic apparently fall flat. With awkward Shakespearean dialogue and heavy-handed allegories about the fall of empires, it sounds like a movie that may alienate general audiences and critics alike, which is rough because a lot of us are Shakespeare fans, whether we know it or not. You know, Twilight is Romeo and Juliet. Sons of Anarchy is Hamlet. The movie from back in the day is Othello. Let the Right One In is Romeo and Juliet. So we see Shakespeare come up a lot. As some of the critics have said, it's a little too heavy-handed in this story, and the way hard science gets a bad rap in terms of science fiction, or I should say hard sci-fi. So I don't know if you'd call Interstellar hard sci-fi, but I feel like it might be maybe something closer to The Martian might be considered hard sci-fi. But those are ones that I don't want to say you have to have a certain level of intelligence, but you kind of have to have an appreciation for science beyond the science fiction elements that you see within the movie in order to truly appreciate what the story and the characters are trying to portray to you. And if you don't have that, it's just going to be boring and you're probably going to fall asleep. So Stuff like that is a death sentence for a movie that's already fighting an uphill battle. From a financial standpoint, Megalopolis seems destined to follow the path of other passion projects that flopped. With its meager projected opening, it would need incredible legs and stellar word of mouth to recover even a fraction of its budget. Films with similar openings rarely pull off a miracle in later weeks. For comparison, consider Tenet, another mind-bending sci-fi film. Its opening was around $20 million domestically, and it struggled to break even. If Megalopolis is only starting with a quarter of that, the math doesn't look good. It's tough to see Coppola, a filmmaker with such an iconic legacy, facing what appears to be a massive failure. But it's also a reality check that even legends aren't immune to the cold, hard economics of Hollywood. I mean, audiences and studios alike expect a return on investment, and Megalopolis, no matter how grand or ambitious, just might not have the chops to deliver. In the end, Megalopolis will probably be remembered as Coppola's passion project that was too ambitious, too niche, and too chaotic to succeed in today's market.